Taurus, welcome. Welcome to Stardust Tarot channel. This is your monthly shadow work tarot journaling experience for May 2023. So grab yourself a paper and pen and let's get into it. Pause this video if you need to. Grab your supplies. Grab yourself some crayons if you want to, some markers, whatever, and get ready because we're going to grab 2 journaling prompt cards here, and then we're going to get into the tarot. All right. How are you doing today, Taurus? It is a beautiful day here where I'm at. Quite warm. This is 2. We got 3. Okay, so we're going to grab the top 2. 2? Yes. All right. First one here. Explore an experience where you could not fit in. Was not fitting in a choice? How did not following the crowd feel? Did anyone close to you disagree with or attempt to thwart your actions? The Hierophant. Number 5. Explore an experience where you could not fit in. Was not fitting in a choice? How did not following the crowd feel? Did anyone close to you disagree with or try to thwart your actions? And your next question here comes from the Wheel of Fortune. It's number 10. How do you balance your fate and your free will? What areas have you refused to surrender to your higher self? One more time. How do you balance your fate and your free will? What areas have you refused to surrender to your higher self? Spirit, thank you for joining us. Please show us the best and highest messages here for Taurus's highest good. We're going to look at a shadow trait that needs to be looked at here. Whoops. Shadow trait for Taurus. We have the 8 of Potions in reverse. Not making your own choices here. This is about fitting in and letting the world around you control how you are, Taurus. Letting your 3D control your actions, your feelings here. Okay, and we're going to look at here why you've held on to this. Are you holding on to the 3D, holding on to letting other people make your decisions here or guide you? Ace of Needles. The Truth. Can you give us one more on this, Spirit? And more on what this means, why Taurus is holding on to the 3D and allowing others to make decisions for them here. Queen of Candles. You're quick to decide here. You've been very quick to decide because it's easier to let others do this for you. Instead of acting in your fire energy, you've actually been acting as water, is what I'm seeing here, Aries. You've got a lot of oxygen going on here, a lot of thinking about what other people think about you. Holding on to this because it brings you some kind of comfort here. All right, and a hard truth regarding this shadow trait. Woo. Okay, so we have the Ace of Potions. the Nine of Presents, the Eight of Presents, and the Death card here. So your hard truth here is that when you have given love, Taurus. Taurus, when you've given love here, you've often felt like it wasn't reciprocated, like you were left holding the bag, like you had to be the one that brought everything to the table, but you're not seeing things in the energy exchange that they really are here. What you're giving, some of you are over giving, and others of you don't know how to give the fullness of yourself in relationships. And so you've been giving almost here, right? The Nine of Presents. You've been giving the almost isn't. I've told quite a few signs this the last few days. My daughter likes to say, I almost. And I always tell her almost isn't. Like, oh, I almost fell off my bike. Almost isn't. Oh, I almost got an A. Almost isn't, right? What is here. And it's time to take a look at what you're giving and why you have difficulty giving from the deepest, fullest parts of yourself here. Some of you feel like you give until you die here, like, but nothing's ever good enough. And that comes from a deeper place within you that it's time to look at here. Okay, Taurus? Your interest in comfort and things around you is not, it's not what's going to get you to a place of true happiness. Okay? Whoops, practical application here. We've got the Three of Presents in reverse. The Ten of Presents in reverse. And Judgment. So a way to understand this, you know, practically speaking here, is in friend groups, in you know, say you join a new group, right? And you're like, oh, this is going to be the greatest thing ever. And then your own judgment starts sneaking in and you go, oh, but they aren't going to do this and they aren't going to do that and they aren't going to do this and they aren't going to do that. I'm going to give everything and I'm not going to get what I want. And that's a self-fulfilling prophecy here, okay? This quickness to judge, quickness to decide how things are. There's a lot of illusion that's been going on here because of your own judgments. You're having difficulty seeing past something here in order to see the truth and what is really blocking your abundance here. And for some of you, that's, you know, not wanting to collaborate, not wanting, being so afraid of the idea of like group think or mob rule that you're running away from any chance to connect with other human beings here. All right, now we're going to take a look at how to care for yourself during this time, Taurus, during this shadow work. Let your light shine with others here. Three of Candles. Virtue. Start looking at what is good here, okay? Think on those things, the positive things, the happy things, the good things that you see in the group. You know, next time you go to a group activity or you're hanging out with friends, look for the positive. Look for the awesomeness, the light in other people, and it's going to help you shine yours brighter here. Just pulled an extra message here regarding this self-care during shadow work. I wanted a little clarification. We've got the Two of Candles, Justice in reverse, the Five of Needles in reverse, and the Nine of Potions here. Your wish fulfillment comes through the choice of choosing not to judge others here and not to see a demon behind every tree. Okay? There may be a demon behind every tree, Taurus, but you don't need to find it. Okay? The big boogie is not that big. He's not that scary. It's not that big. Okay? And your standing in judgment is what's hurting you here. Standing in judgment of situations, people, etc., 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 right? None of us is perfect, and it's okay to accept that situations are not going to be perfect, because perfect doesn't exist, Taurus. It doesn't exist. It only exists in the individual's mind, right? Like, a box could be built to exact specifications and come out hideous to the observer, even though they asked for those specifications, right? Beauty is found in dissemination. Beauty is found in the derelict. Beauty is found in what makes something different, not what makes it appear pristine, okay? So when you're thinking about this perfection that you're wanting from other people because you feel like you don't have that perfection to give, it may be time to stop and really reflect on what can I see that is beautiful here? What are the wonderful things in my life or in this experience, in this moment, that I can latch onto and say, this is awesome. This is great. This person, they exude a great energy, even though I don't agree with all their ideas, right? Or they have a great idea, even though I think they're a sack of what. Let's look at the positive and turn those things on their heads a little bit and say, okay, so maybe that's not working, but let's look at what is working here. And that's what's going to bring this energy for you of removing these blockages of thinking that you're not good enough. Because nobody is perfect. Nobody is good enough to someone else. There's somebody out there that's going to think that the most perfect person on the planet is not good enough. Okay? So, again, because perfection is an illusion. So I hope that helps. Let's go ahead and pull a couple of, these Zen moment cards here. So Taurus, if this has helped you, please like, share, subscribe as you feel led. I've got a lot more interesting content coming up over the coming weeks. I hope you'll join me for that. Spirit Zen moments here for my Taurians. Oops, there's one. You have one more. Ooh. Okay. Ooh. Everywhere they go. So your first one here. Nobody can bring you peace but yourself. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Speak only if it improves upon the silence. This is a Quaker proverb. Speak only if it improves upon the silence. Be slow to judge here this month as you work through these prompts and this information. Be slow to judge here, and stop in the moments where you're starting to judge yourself and speak peace into your life. Okay, thank you so much for joining me, Taurus. I hope you have a wonderful month, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Be blessed, and thanks for stopping by. Mwah.